right now, it is that time of the week when we talk about our healthy eating tip for the week. I know. I always say it's my least popular moment because while we all want our kids to eat healthy, it's a battle sometimes, right? And you just don't want to hear about it from time to time. I know I'm the same way, but we got to take it on. It's one of those things that we can't stick our head in the sand. One of the things that we hear a lot of is that anymore are the importance of ridding your child's diet of artificial colors and artificial flavors. And there's a whole host of research that's been done on this that suggests that it is better if we severely limit or eliminate artificial colors and flavors. And if you want to know why, I'm not going to tell you why here on the show with all the research that happens because it's one of those things that it scares you. So I'm not going to go through all that for you. I'm going to ask you to look at the research to see some of the different reasons why you're being asked to limit or eliminate artificial food colorings, and there are very specific ones. Usually the ones that if it has a color and it has a number after it, and even then there's a subset of numbers that are worse than other numbers. Do they affect all children in the same way? I think clearly we all know not, because we've all been to a birthday party and seen what happens after the children. You know how at Halloween they now make those black cakes and they have the purple and the orange and the red and all that frosting, and the kids are all walking around afterwards, and it's great picture time, right? Because their tongues are all these different colors. They have black tongues, and we all think it's absolutely hilarious. And then about 20 minutes later, there's kids having meltdowns, but not all of them. Some of them are perfectly fine. Other kids have the meltdown later. Some of them don't have a meltdown at all, but some of the kids have an immediate meltdown. Is it the sugar? Is it the food coloring? Is it both? Is it all the sensory stuff? I don't really know, but I do know that when I was a kid and we went through our day, that there were different things that happened during the day where we might get a treat, but the amount of artificial food coloring and the amount of artificial flavors that we got when I was a kid was vastly different than what it is for a child now. It is in so many different packaged foods. So if you're interested in seeing if your child does better without these things, and there are both immediate and long-term health considerations here, you may want to consider it. So here are some things to keep in mind that will make it easier to limit or get rid of them. One of them is to eat foods that are whole. So when you're buying things, whether it's that you're going to make a cupcake or you're going to buy a cupcake, make sure that the ingredients, it's that old adage about if you can't pronounce the ingredients, then it's probably not the best thing for you. And whenever you buy things that are already packaged, when I was a kid, I'm sure that there were frozen waffles and there were frozen pancakes, but my mother, if we were going to have pancakes, she made the batter, she poured it out on the pancake griddle, and she didn't have to check her voicemail from 4 phones or check to see what somebody was saying on Facebook, or, you know what I mean? She had other concerns. But she was making that, and if she put blueberries in something, she put real blueberries in that she got from the store. When possible, buy things that are whole, even if you're going to buy frozen things. I know I give my son frozen waffles, but they are frozen waffles that I can read every single ingredient that is in them. And I know that you can find those as well. It's probably going to be more expensive, but in the long term, you may see that your child's health is improved. Okay. Also, whenever you're going to color things, get creative and color them with vegetable and fruits. They sell food coloring if you want anything from dyeing eggs to tinting frosting. They sell varieties that you can get that aren't artificial, that they literally come from fruits and vegetables. We did a cooking segment last fall that we'll probably show again this fall for Halloween, and we needed some purple sprinkles, and we went to the the store, and lo and behold, we got some purple sprinkles that were totally all natural coloring. So it doesn't have to be those petroleum-based colors that are so rampant in all of our, and that's what they are, you guys, they're petroleum-based. Okay, and then again, read every single food package, especially for candy. It is such a nightmare how much, but there are so many artificial food colorings in so many different things now. It's absolutely shocking. Whatever you're about to put into your child's mouth, read the ingredients and see what are the artificial flavors, what are the artificial colors, and use caution. If it's between two things and one of them has artificial food coloring, I would suggest you go for the other. It's a choice, but I think that you'll see that it's a good choice. And if you need to, do the research on it. There's lots of studies out there, and you know that in a lot of countries around the world, they have banned some of these colors. That is not the case here in the United States, but we have the choice as consumers to say, you know what, I don't know about this, and so I'm going to choose not to for my child's health. Keeping our kids healthy, priority number one, right? Do what you can with artificial food colors and flavors.